Karaoke has been banned after complaints from angry parents trying to homeschool their children. Bacon-scented face masks. And a woman calls off her wedding to a ghost because he started doing drugs. These are the weird stories for Thursday on Weird AF News. This is the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. I'm your host, JONESY. I'm so glad you're here. Let's get into these weird stories from around the world. Okay.
Hey, mainstream news. Listen to Weird AF News with JONESY.
Manila bans karaoke after complaints from angry parents trying to homeschool their children. Manila Philippines. The Manila city government has banned videoke and karaoke sessions in order to prevent loud noises that will distract students that are attending online classes. Mayor Isko Moreno signed an ordinance which prohibits the use of karaoke and videoke machines as well as other sound-producing devices Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Moreno said he approved the ordinance in response to some complaints of parents and students whose online classes were disrupted by the daily noise. How much karaoke is going on in Manila? This is crazy. Moreno said he has received a lot of complaints from parents of students who were distracted by, specifically, neighbors using karaoke machines since classes in public schools opened on Monday. I'm wondering, does every household just have a karaoke machine? This sounds like a fascinating city right here. I mean, I love karaoke so much. And any culture that practices karaoke during lunch is is a culture that's pretty cool in my book. I feel bad for the kids, of course, trying to get an education, but man, how dope is it to just be in a city that sings karaoke all damn day? I'd imagine they're a drunk community as well, but I don't want to make any judgments here. I've never been. It says here, under the ordinance, first-time karaoke violators will be fined 1,000 P. I don't know what that is. Oh, I just looked that up. It's a Philippine peso. I didn't know they went by pesos as well. And the conversion rate for USD, I apologize for you Canadians and Europeans that listen to the show, it is about 10 USD to about 500 Filipino pesos. So this is like $20 is the fine for first-time violators of the daytime karaoke so the kids can get some work done ordinance. Second-time offenders will receive a 2,000 peso fine. Third-time offenders, 3,000 pesos. Anything more than that, they put you in a Filipino prison where you can sing karaoke with the guards. I'm just kidding. That isn't happening. Now, the article doesn't say this, but I'm just so damn curious about karaoke in the Philippines. Is this just a result of the pandemic and many people being out of work that they're singing karaoke in their home during the day? Or is this just a normal custom to just belt out some tunes in the middle of the afternoon with your neighbors? Now, I do recall covering a story a number of years ago about the My Way killings. This is a social phenomenon in the Philippines referring to a number of fatal disputes which have come about because of the way that people try to sing the song My Way by Frank Sinatra in karaoke bars in the Philippines. There's been a number of killings by people who were just displeased with the performance of this song. Apparently, this song is so precious to the Philippine community that if you butcher it at karaoke, you could be killed. Crazy, right? Now, attention to these infamous My Way killings peaked on May 29th, 2007, when a 29-year-old karaoke singer was actually shot dead by a security guard at a bar in San Mateo. The guard had complained that the young man's rendition of My Way was so off-key and that the man refused to stop singing, and it prompted him to pull out a .38 caliber pistol and shoot the man dead right there in the karaoke bar. Crazy. Now, a quick search of popular karaoke songs in the Philippines brings up some songs that you might recognize. Thinking Out Loud by Ed Sheeran. Living on a Prayer, the classic by Bon Jovi. Without You, Mariah Carey. I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston. Wow, they really try to sing difficult tunes. I wouldn't try to sing such hard tunes in a country that'll shoot you for being off key. So if you're trying to go Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston or Beyonce in the Philippines, I think you're taking a big risk here. Oh, here's one, Through the Fire by Shaka Khan. Oh, I love that track. Wow, they got some good taste. That's some old school R&B I can really get behind. Bohemian Rhapsody, the song by Queen. Dancing Queen, ABBA, another big-time favorite in the Philippines, apparently. And let's go to the last page here. We have Total Eclipse of the Heart. I do like that, by Bonnie Tyler. I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor at number 2. And the number 1 song, of course, it says My Way by Frank Sinatra. Now, it doesn't say the history behind why this song, My Way, is so damn popular in the Philippines. I can only guess. But I love that it is. I just love that because I'm crazy about Frank Sinatra, and this is one of my faves. I've done this song at karaoke many times. I don't know if I would dare to do it in the Philippines, though. Okay. You guys want some bacon-scented face masks? Oh, bacon. Hey, bacon lovers. Yeah, I'm talking to you. There's a new face mask just for you. Hormel Foods, known for its black label bacon, announced the launch of a product. It's called Breathable Bacon, what it calls a revolutionary face mask featuring the latest in pork-scented technology. Now through October 28th, breathablebacon.com, Hormel is giving away free masks for every request. They will donate 1 meal to Feeding America. The free masks will be given away while supplies last, according to the press release. Hormel is experimenting with new bacon-related innovations, including a multi-sensory virtual bacon reality experience, the development of a musical experience using the sounds of cooking bacon, and the world's first bacon-fueled motorcycle. How? How do you fuel a motorcycle with bacon? Do they mean the bacon grease, or are you actually shoving bacon into the tank of a motorcycle, into the engine? I'm just so curious about this. Is the motorcycle emitting some bacon exhaust? Because I would like to ride behind the motorcycle and just smell that bacon. Here's a quote from the company. We're continually focused on innovation, from new products to marketing and distribution, all in an effort to deliver new and exciting ways to experience and enjoy bacon. In 2020, that means connecting everyone's favorite bacon scent to the year's IT accessory, meaning the masks. In doing so, bringing bacon closer to our fans. All right. That was my impression of a guy who works at a bacon factory or whatever. Now, the article ends by saying the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention has said for many months that wearing masks slows the spread of COVID-19. So why not do it with a mask that also smells like bacon? Oh, yeah. Now, I was very curious because I'm wondering why there isn't more scented masks on the market. Maybe there is, but I don't really see them. So then I did a little search. I found that they have some, scented masks that you guys might find fascinating here. First of all, there's bubble gum scented face masks. There's lavender, cucumber. Now, of course, we have bacon. There's peppermint. There's a bunch of scented masks. I'm wondering, why are these things not in the mainstream? Because these masks, why not? They're not great. They don't smell so great. Oftentimes, they don't smell like anything, which I'm not saying that's bad or whatever, but I would love to get some scent into my mask. Somebody told me that you can put some essential oil, drop them in your mask, and I tried that with lavender, and it was just, I don't know what I did wrong, but it just was such an overpowering smell. I couldn't do it. I had to rip the damn thing off. It was too much. Perhaps I put too much. I don't know, but I think, look, if you're going to wear a mask all day, which I have to at my job, it would be nice to get some bacon just wafting up my nose all day. So you better believe that I'm going to be going to, what's this website again? breathablebacon.com and requesting a free bacon scented mask. I'll let you guys know how it comes out. You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man. A woman calls off her wedding with a ghost because he was doing too many drugs and partying too much. What happens when you fall in love with a ghost? Oh boy, let's learn. Well, you should probably get a shrink, but I doubt she did that. Her name is Amethyst Realm. She looks like she's out of her mind. 32 years old. She calls herself a ghost lover. She revealed how she had to call off her wedding with her ghost fiancé because he just kept disappearing. And he started doing drugs. He was disappearing, huh? That sounds like normal ghost behavior to me. They tend to appear and then disappear. I mean, I think the jury's still out on whether they're appearing anyways. She obviously can see the damn thing. I don't know how a ghost does drugs. I'm willing to learn how that's possible. Let's get into the article a little further. Here's a quote from this crazy lady. We've called the wedding off, okay? It was going really well until we went on holiday. He completely changed. I think maybe he fell in with a bad crowd when we were on holiday. He just started becoming really, really inconsiderate. He disappeared for long periods of time. When he did come back, he'd bring other spirits to the house, and they'd just stay around for days. I think he started doing drugs and partying a bit too much. He used to come back, and these spirits would stay for days at a time. There'd be crashing and banging and strange noises. And she said that all to a morning talk show host who had to keep a straight face through all this. I don't know how you do that. Man, these talk show hosts often have guests that make your head spin. I feel bad for them. I got some questions about how spirits do drugs. Is it are they doing drugs in the spirit world? Or are you like witnessing like a line of cocaine just be sucked up by a spirit right in front of your face? I just want to know, Amethyst Realm, how spirits could do drugs. If you could show me a video of that, I would really I'd like to see that. Amethyst Realm lists her profession as a spiritual guidance counselor, and she's earned quite a bit of media attention for many months now because she went public with her many love affairs with ghosts and her engagement to two spirits in particular. Yeah, you're going to get an unstable individual when you run into a name like Amethyst Realm. You just are. You know, these spiritual guidance counselors, who are these people? Really? Are you making a living at this? I'm so surprised. Here I am recording a podcast in a closet for peanuts, really trying to, add some value to the earth. And we got the spiritual guidance counselor that people pay. They pay this lady, I assume, for what? I just can't wrap my head around it. It just seems unfair to me, that people like this can make a living, Now, in 2018, this lunatic appeared on the British TV show ITV This Morning, and she claimed that she cheated on her fiancé with a ghost and has since gone on to have supernatural affairs with at least 20 paranormal beings. Her latest relationship with the ghost led to her being asked to marry him during a trip to celebrate their 9 months of their relationship. I love the whole thing where she goes on trips with the ghost. Yeah. You mean you go alone on trips? How do you tell people with a straight face? You go, hey, so you booked a cruise? You did, Amethyst? Oh, that's great. That's great. Who you going with? I'm going with my ghost boyfriend. Hello. Oh, I get it. You're going alone, but you don't want to admit it. So you got a ghost companion. Hey, look, I get it. It's hard to be in your 30s as a woman and come to the realization that you're alone and you might not find that one. And your biological clock is ticking, of course. But you really don't have to resort to this, ladies. You don't have to resort to telling the world that you got a ghost boyfriend and that you're going on vacation with a ghost. Like, don't give up the fight. In other words, don't give up the fight. Okay? We got a whole potpourri of dating apps these days. I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance for you. You don't have to, marry a dead pirate from the 17th century. Now, I'm not going to say it's easy to find a life partner, especially with a name like Amethyst Realm and an occupation like spiritual guidance counselor. You might want to, consider making a career change and going down to City Hall and changing your name to Sarah or Carol or something. Definitely not Karen, but, something that's normal, and give yourself a shot, okay? What I'm saying is you don't have to find love through a Ouija board. I believe in you, ladies. Please, try. Yay! Want a whole lot of love? Want a whole lot of love? Hey, guys, it's Jonesy. I'm highly caffeinated because Holly bought me coffee. Yes, Holly went to weirdafnews.com where you can click on Buy Jonesy a Coffee, and she bought me coffee. And then she also wrote me a note. She wrote, quite a new fan to the show and heard that you can buy a coffee for your daily podcast needs. Listening to Florida Fridays. I'm not sure if it is inspiring me to visit Florida or to never go there at all, but regardless, great listen before going to bed. Can't wait for more Weird AF news the world creates for you to share from your closet. Man, Holly, that was just an awesome, awesome message, and I appreciate the coffee so much. This was just great. I'm glad you discovered my show, and I'm glad you enjoy Florida Fridays, of course. I also got a new patron that I want to give a major shout out to as well. This patron, his name is Brynn Merkley, and she's marvelous. She not only joined the patron, but wrote me a really nice message too. She wrote, "What up, Jonesy? Been listening for about a year. After living in LA myself for so long, I feel you with the closet spider creative struggle, and I applaud the shit out of you. I know it's tough." Also, Rachel, who wrote in, is correct. You are way more attracted than I imagined. I actually imagined you looking like Michael Cera. I think she's trying to say Michael Cera or whatever his name is. Yes, Michael Cera, a very funny Canadian who I did a movie with years ago and met him, spent an afternoon with him. He was the nicest boy. Wow, what a nice boy. I mean, that's the best way to describe him. He was very curious about my tattoos, kept asking me questions about my tattoos and what they meant. What a super kid. And then she writes, anyway, great job staying consistent on this thing. Enjoy your coffee. You should start asking for blunts. Ha ha ha. Yes, I should start asking for blunts. Is there a thing where you can buy Jonesy a blunt? I could put that on my website. Yeah, buy Jonesy a blunt. For sure. Also got a nice review on Amazon by somebody named Bookworm. 5 stars. Gotta love some weird news. Bookworm writes, Jonesy's always dropping the hot takes. Thanks a ton and keep it up. And then the initial J. So I think this person has the initial J, which is my initial as well. So we have that in common. Thank you, Bookworm, a.k.a. J, for leaving me a nice review on Amazon. I love that you gave me 5 stars, so appreciate that. Also got a shout out on Instagram to Mike Ash from Nova Scotia. Yeah. Mike says, always excited to start my coffee and say morning to my Google speaker. Then bam, Jonesy. Haha. Yeah, I love that, Mike. Thank you so much. Also on Instagram, a big shout out to Tammy, who grew up in California, moved to Long Island. Says, always enjoy your twisted sense of humor. Listen to your podcast daily on my Google morning routine. Thank you, Tammy. And another shout out on Instagram to Farine, who is also a Canadian. Says, I have you listed at the end of my playlist as a reward for listening to all the scary, serious news every morning. My Google Assistant has the option to play the news once I shut off my alarm, and your podcast showed up in the list of playable options. That's how I discovered you, Jonesy. I'm from Canada. And I'm so grateful to my Canadian listeners like you, Farine, and Mike as well. So thanks for that. And lastly, another shout out on Instagram to Kelly Elaine, who reached out to me as well. You guys can find me on the gram, as they call it. Is that what the kids call it? The gram? At Funny Jones. And I enjoy hearing from listeners on there. So you can reach out to me anytime. I appreciate that. You can also send me articles. Big shout out to James for sending me articles, as he always does. He finds the weirdest shit, that guy. Holy crap. Thank you, James. Big shout out to you, buddy. James is in the UK. Got some fans that are not in the U.S. and, nothing against my U.S. fans, but man, my fans outside of the U.S., man, they're pretty intense, man. They really they leave reviews, they reach out, all that shit. It's great. It's great. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I'd love to travel the world and see everybody at some point, but you know how it is during a pandemic, guys. I'm just gonna sit in a closet for a while, kill spiders and eat turkey sandwiches and just try and stay alive. You guys can join my Patreon, by the way, to make sure that I have plenty of turkey sandwiches and coffee as I record this in my closet. Yes, join the Patreon, just like Brynn Merkley. It's patreon.com/weirdafnews and get yourself some additional Weird AF content. I posted something last night that I think is quite fascinating. It is a trailer to a movie that I was in. And the trailer just came out. The movie's just going to be out. I don't know where it's going to be playing, but I'll keep you guys posted on the Patreon. So go to patreon.com/weirdafnews and join that little club. It's pretty sweet. There's a few of us on there. It's a nice little weird AF group we got going on there. And you of course you get that good feeling that you're supporting something as well. Something that if I bring value to your day, then yeah, consider. Anyways, enough of that. This is a very long outro. I apologize for that. It's Thursday, so you guys know what that means. Tomorrow, Friday, it's going to be Florida Fridays, so you have a small window to send me some articles if you got some. funnyjones@gmail.com. You could call the show anytime, by the way. If any of these stories, made you feel like you needed to get something out of you, like respond or say something, you got an opinion or a point of view on any of this, you can call. Just call and leave a message. 646-450-2012. I appreciate all of you. Going to publish some calls after this, and we'll see you tomorrow on Florida Friday, baby.